What's up, y'all? It's PaigeShaian. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, just stopping by, don't go too soon. Definitely press that subscribe button and continue to check me out. So today we are going to be making clip-ins from bundled extensions for my client. The supplies that we are going to use are large clips, which I have 4 packs here, and each pack has 12 in it. You want to make sure that you definitely get large because the small is not going to work out in your favor. You want to make sure you have thread, a pair of scissors. I have both a curved needle, as you can see, and I also have a straight needle. Now the reason why I have a straight needle is because I do feel like sometimes combing the thread through is a little bit easier in the clips, but we will get to that. And of course I have our level 27 luxury hair. She got 2 bundles of 18 and 20. At a previous appointment, her silk press appointment, I already went ahead and measured her hair, so that was complete. So what I want to do now is just take the hair out and get it ready. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is thread our needle. I normally try to make my needle and thread length the same as my arm. Like, I don't want to make it too long because I don't want to be stretching too much, because that's kind of annoying to me. So we're going to go ahead and cut that, and then I'll make a knot. Bam. So when I measured her hair, I doubled when I measured. So what that means is I took the bundle and I measured along her nape area, and then I kept the same exact length of bundle right behind it. So we doubled the length. Now you could just do one, but you're going to have more clips. So we're just going to double because it's going to give her fuller hair. Now this is 10 times out of 10 going to go like either at her nape area. I think this is, I can't remember if this is the 20-inch or not, but regardless, it would either go at her nape if it's the longest, or it's going to go at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that through. I want to secure these bundles together so it's more secure. Now I thread over. A lot of people thread under, which I'm not used to doing. So if that is something you're used to doing, I apologize, but I'm just not used to doing that. So I'm going to thread these just as if I was threading for a sewing. So I'm going to throw it over, pull it up, and then you'll see that it's secured right there. So I'm going to go under, throw it over, pull it up, oops, and then, it's secured. See? So we'll keep doing that until it's all the way through to the end of the weft. Throw it over, pull it up, and it's secure. I'm going to go under, throw it over my needle, pull it up, secure. Under, over my needle, pull it up, secure. now we're going to take 2 of our large clips. You want to make sure that, so when we clip in the hair, you want to make sure the clip is on the outside just like this. So when you're putting it on the actual extension, it should be like this, right? So if this was my hair or my scalp, my natural, I want to be able to bam and then close, right? If it was this way, you would have a really hard time putting it inside. So make sure that the clips are open and then always on the outside, okay? So I have my open clip here, which you can probably close it at this point. That point is just really to make sure that you don't sew it on the wrong side, because let me tell you, it is extremely hard. It's extremely hard to redo. And imagine going through all of that. So now I want to take my straight pin, and I'm really going to use these 2 holes. 1, 2. See if I can get a little bit closer. So this hole right here and this hole is what I really want to use. Okay. So let's go through here. Pull it through. Go through here. And pull it through. You want to do this at least 3 or 4 times, because it's just really making sure that it's secured and it's in there, not going to fall out or going to slip. Okay, so we have the one side there. What you can do is, if you want to keep it open, this will probably be easier. You can go through one of the slots here and then go through the weft and pull through. And it's not going to affect it opening and closing. It will still open and close. See? And then I want to go through like one more of the slots, maybe closer to the end, and pull through. Uh-oh. If you get stuck, that's okay. Just pull it out. Don't force it through and keep going. So once I get to the end here, remember I'm going to use that very last hole right here and pull through. Same thing, I'm going to make sure it's secure, so I'm going to go through a couple times. But the very last, I'm going to take my thread and throw it over my needle, because that's going to create my knot. And I'm going to pull through. And it should be secured. we just finished our double, right? And now we're on to a longer piece. So for this longer piece, I'll probably do one here, one in the middle, and then one at the end. This really gives the client security when they're putting it in their hair. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay. I actually need to, oh no, my thread is fine. The length of my thread is fine right now. So I'm just going to knot this up. Again, make sure that my clip is open because we want to make sure we clip it the correct way, and then go ahead and start threading. So I'm actually thinking about adding clip-ins to our website, which I know I'm custom making these. However, she wanted them as soon as possible. So with the ones that we're going to add to the website, they are going to be the seamless clip-in extensions, which are extremely flat along the weft, and allows very good versatility, kind of giving the effect of taping extensions. So pretty soon that's going to be on the website. I'm really excited about that, and will be available for purchase. So that is done. I'm going to go ahead and just secure it, lock it in, and then we'll cut it and move on to the middle. Okay. So I want to put this one kind of right in the middle there. And then just same thing, go ahead and start